What's ripening YouTube? All right, I got 2 consultations today, so I got to make this one quick. I wanted to get the last 2 rows of my mango grove covered while they were developing, and hopefully around the same time. So the first one I did was about 2 weeks ago. This one, the video hasn't come out yet, but it was a week ago, and then now 1 week later, here we are. Pretty close. The first mango variety we have here is Pina Colada, and this tree has been kind of sad looking. It's like chlorotic or just kind of underfed or something, but it's fruits like crazy, and it's been a pretty compact growing fruit tree. It seems like it's recovered from last year, and it's holding quite a few fruit once again. The next tree is 015. From what I remember, I think it's supposed to be rather similar to Pina Colada, and I think it's supposed to have slightly larger fruit. And it looks like a great looking tree, lots of fruit holding. Generally pretty happy with it. Orange Sherbet. This is one of those Rockstar varieties with lineage from the Myanmar PPK selection. It's related to lemon meringue PPK, and it's like a sister or brother of the lemon zest. This is the first time I've had a crop on this tree. It was only released a few years ago, and I was hoping for fruit last year and I didn't get any. But if you look in there, there's quite a lot holding, and they're holding in clusters, kind of like the lemon meringue or the PPK variety. So that's exciting to see. The next one here is M4. And this M4, for how big of a tree it is, it's like shocking to me. Last year it held more fruit than I thought a tree its size could hold, and this year it's doing the same thing. It's absolutely loaded down. It looks like it's even flowering again, so it looks like there's some real late breakers in there. I think I've gotten a little bit of weevil damage. There's some chewed up leaves in here from, I think it's the Sri Lankan weevil, or it could be something else similar, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the tree's ability to set fruit. This is a Rockstar mango M4. Not a lot of people know about it, but once you taste it, you'll know about it. Jahinger, this is the first time I've had fruit on this one. It's Indian variety, said to be very good. It looks like it's holding quite a bit on the other side of the tree over there. I haven't had this fruit off of my tree before, so I'm excited to see that. Next one is guava. I had a decent crop of these last year, but this year looks like even much better. I see fruit pretty much on every panicle up and down. It seems to be kind of an upright grower and rather lanky. So it might not fit into if you're trying to do a real compact mango grove, but this one will. This is the Dwarf Hawaiian, and the Dwarf Hawaiian, this is one of my older trees, and it is still a micro tree. It just barely grows. What it prefers to do, rather than grow vegetatively, is it prefers to just flower all the time. It'll flower, and then it'll flower again, and then as you can see, it'll flower again, and then oh, it's flowering again. It's just like super, yeah. And now it's flowering again here. So it's really precocious. It really likes to set flowers, and it makes a nice little fruit. It looks like it's holding quite a few this year, so I'm excited for that. Next one is cotton candy. This one makes a big old fruit, and again, I'm seeing late flowers on this, so it looks like we're gonna have, if these set, we might have a second late crop. Cotton candy, another new selection out of Zills, and I'm seeing fruit pretty much top to bottom on that. Good to see. This one is the Pineapple Pleasure. Glad to see that it's holding fruit. This tree's had a hard life. When I originally bought a Pineapple Pleasure grafted tree at a fruit sale, and it was the only one they had, and it didn't look very good. There's that weevil. It wasn't a good looking tree, and it actually died in my nursery. So what I did was I took budwood off of that tree and I grafted it onto another one that I had, and this is the tree. And it's just always struggled. It's been slow. I mean, this tree is as old as that tree back there, and you can see the size of it. But it looks like it's catching on now. Maybe it's gonna finally catch roots and take off and be okay. First time I've had fruit off of this tree, so another one I'm excited for. This one, most people fall in love with, the coconut cream. And I've heard from other growers that it takes a while for it to go into good production. I think this has been in the ground since 2017 or 2016. And I'd say that the production is finally kicking in now. So I'm seeing fruit all over this thing. This one has that, as you can imagine, coconut flavor, as the name would suggest. Really kind of gnarly shaped, you know, the growth kind of flips and flops everywhere. So it's not the prettiest like ornamental tree you'd put in your front yard, as opposed to maybe this one over here. But it is a good mango. Now this one is a bit of a disappointment for me this year. This is my sweet tart, and ever since I've planted this, I've had a good crop every single year, like heavy crops. And this is the first year I've had a light crop. So I've just got a little bit in the bottom. I've got a few kind of like scattered inside the canopy, like up underneath there. I don't know if you can see that, but not a ton. Usually this thing, I mean, I've literally had it break branches. I had to prop up like 6 or 7 branches last year on this tree. This year, not so much. This tree here is the cac from Vietnam, C-A-C, cac. And this is another disappointment for the year. It's a really vigorous tree. I'm having trouble controlling its size and still having it be productive. So it may not fit in with the type of grove that I want to keep here, just because of its vigor. And I think the pruning that I need to do to keep it in check is preventing it from fruiting now, because I don't see a single fruit on this tree. But it could just be an alternate bear, and I'm not gonna make a judgment right away. I'm just kind of telling you what I'm seeing here. The next one in this line is Harvest Moon. This tree, for some reason, it only fruited on like this branch, and then on the other side of the tree, well, we might as well walk around there. On the other side of the tree, it fruited on this branch, and then the whole top of the tree didn't do anything. But this makes a gigantic mango. Kind of has that Kent flavor. The next one is Lemon Meringue. This is the parent of that orange sherbet we looked at earlier. First time I've had a really nice crop on this tree. Last year I think I got like 2 fruit, which for this size of a tree was pretty pathetic. But this year, I mean, it's rocking. It's really rocking. Let me squeeze through here. Yeah, you can see the fruit all up and down. And this one you can kind of see, like, it has that wavy leaf. It kind of helps you identify it. Not all of them have that, so it can help you narrow it down if you're trying to identify your trees. That wavy leaf is a characteristic of PPK. I'm sure there's other varieties that have that, but that's a pretty good helper if you're trying to figure out what you have. This is one that I'm excited about personally. This is the Bolt mango. I got this from Dr. Campbell, and it's got its first crop. I've got some fruit on that side, a little bit on the back side over here. I got this from him as a very small 1-gallon tree about, what would that be, 3 years ago, and it's grown up to be a really beautiful tree. The reason I'm excited about this mango is because this mango won the tasting the year that I tried it. And actually I brought it to another tasting at a Rare Fruit Club, and it was the winner of their tasting as well. So this is a very, very good mango, and I'm sure you'll hear about it in the years to come. Next one is Zill. This is one that I purchased, and I could swear when I was at the nursery and I picked it out that it was zinc. And then when I got home, it was labeled Zill. So I don't know if I mixed it up when I picked one up next to another one or what. Or maybe I was just going cross-eyed that day, but I ended up with a Zill mango tree. I'm gonna evaluate it this year. This is the first time it's fruited, so we'll see how it goes. Zinc is still on my list to have, but wasn't meant to be that day, I guess. This one is Sugarloaf. It was previously known as E4, and this one is a rock star too. This one will knock your socks off with the flavor. Sugarloaf meaning the Sugarloaf pineapple, so it's named after the pineapple flavor. It's not a pretty colored mango, but my goodness, it tastes good. This one was released the same year as this one, which is the fruit cocktail. This seems to be a fairly compact, more dense grower, and I'm getting my first crop on this one as well. I don't remember the flavor profile of this one as much, but I do remember having people comment that they really liked it. So fruit cocktail coming in almost to the end here. This is Centelone. I believe this one's from Myanmar as well, and I'm getting my first crop on my Centelone here. Looks like some of these low branches didn't do anything, but on the other side they did. And then the last tree is the Sugarloaf, and this is the last tree that I planted. I planted this last year as a very small 1 gallon. I got it from Alexander Salazar at Tropical Acres Farm over on the East Coast, and I'm very happy to have it. It looks like it's got a really nice structure. It's got the little, 3 branches there. I think it's going to grow in really nice. Sugarloaf, really good mango. And that rounds out the whole tour. So I know I kind of rolled through that quickly because I do have to get on the road and meet some clients down in Fort Myers. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. And if you're looking for a tour, or if you want to ask questions down below, please do so. Check out my website, peaceriverorganics.com. And see you next time.